Honorable Millie Odhiambo, member for Suba, no? Those who want to contribute, put the intervention button.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I can hear members are already shouting bad girl. On this one, let me be a good girl. Madam Speaker, even though I listen and hear what my other members are saying, but I actually want to say that there are a few areas where I disagree. When the voice of the church is silent, the nation suffers. And Madam Speaker, I want to say that I agree with the church that they must speak and must call out evil. And it is indeed unfortunate that we find ourselves in a situation where members of parliament can actually be talking back and forth with the church. Did the members of parliament bring this? No. The church brought it upon themselves. And Madam Speaker, they brought it upon themselves that if you look at the last election, the church was very partisan. The church classified my party leader a demon and a devil. And they are not God, because only God knows the heart of man. You told us as the church that President Ruto was ordained by God. When did God unordain him? Or were you listening to yourselves and not to God? This is a very serious issue. The church has a place, a very special place in society. And when you cede that position to politicians, the society loses it. That is why we have femicides, things that the church should address. That is why we have rogue youth talking toxic to politicians. That is why you have people disrespecting others, because the church has decided to take politics ahead of their God-ordained duty. I want to encourage the church leaders to look at Matthew chapter 15, when the Pharisees and the teachers of the law went to confront Jesus and what they told Jesus. Because my time is up, I just want to say that if they look at what is in the book of Matthew, Jesus told them, Matthew chapter 15, they can read all of it, but Jesus told them, these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. The church needs to do serious soul searching and bring the country back to its moral and rightful place. Thank you, Honorable Jeanette, for bringing this.
The Honorable Member for SEMA, Honorable James Nicol.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We are talking about a very, very important issue in the country. And I thank Honorable Jeanette for bringing this. It is true, when I walk around, I don't feel proud as a member of parliament because of the things I hear. The church is calling us out. They may not themselves be right, but I think we want to take one thing. We are elected to represent the people. We carry the burden of the people. Indeed, if a society goes wrong, that same society will appoint at the people it has elected, not realizing that the people may be representing the society as it is. So when we are being called out, there may be something. And as much as we would like to call on the church, I'll end up by saying one thing and suggesting to our leadership two things. Do we have a public relations department that actually looks at the issues and points out what is it that is going on? I think we should engage that. Number two, I think the leadership in this house should actually commission a very serious study and go to the public and find out why is the public feeling as it does about us. When those facts are available, we, as representative people, as leaders, must face them squarely and address them. I don't think we are angels. And instead of bashing the church publicly, loudly like this, we should also look at ourselves. I think both sides of the society, there's a problem. We should look at ourselves, the church will look at themselves and find out. And as leaders, it is our duty to lead in this process and find out why the church is talking as it is talking about us and face those issues that we'll find out. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Sabina Chege.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I want to thank Honorable Julius for bringing that motion. And I concur with many things that I don't want to repeat what my colleagues have said. But Madam Speaker, I want to say something here that maybe no one has said. That this House also deserves to respect itself. Madam Speaker, we have had our own colleagues going out there, accusing us on all sorts of manner of things. And Madam Speaker, I have not seen anything happening to those members. I want to call upon the Speaker of this House, and I would have loved to speak when he was here, that it is time to crack the whip. Madam Speaker, we have had members of this House going to the same churches, and I respect the church so much, and we are all members of different churches, so we do not disrespect the religious leaders. But they have gone on the same altar. They have lied. They have said members of this House have been given money. They have written, and my friend Koibori was here, and he ran away when I told him I actually want to name him here. And Madam Speaker, we have powers and privilege committee. We have not seen them cracking the whip. Madam Speaker, last Sunday, which is very unfortunate, there were people who also had gone to our village. And on the same platform, in a church forum, I heard they are not members of this House, they are our colleagues in the Senate, claiming that they were given a certain amount of money, 20 million Kenya shillings, to impeach the Deputy President. Madam Speaker, why are we allowing the public to disrespect us? We are the same people who are going out there, telling lies about this House, then we complain when we are disrespected. I would urge, Madam Speaker, that members of this House, because there is a trend that they go, somebody just want to become popular, or they just want to be clapped for, so they will use this House to go and talk about things that have not happened here, and nothing happens to them. Madam Speaker, I want to say once again, it is time for the Speaker of this House to crack the whip. Let people who are lying and giving false accusation about this House be brought to book. If one of them a step is taken, Madam Speaker, I'm very sure the perception will change. Let us not go and dress ourselves out there, then we come here and cry about what the other people think about us. There's something called perception. Madam Speaker, we must clear how the outsiders, the eye of outsiders, perceive Parliament. I submit, Madam Speaker.